Hi, Gen Next. This is Atul Khatri, and you're watching me on Nation Next.
Hello, everybody. Today we are in conversation with one of India's top leading stand-up comedians, Atul Khatri.
Hi, guys.
Atul,
Hi.
welcome to Dialogue at Nation Next. First of all, I would like to ask you. You were the CEO of K-Tech Computer Services Private Limited, a company run by your family.
Yeah.
Then, at 43, you started doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Were you at any point of time apprehensive about taking stand-up comedy?
Uh, Honestly, yes, I was because actually it was at 44, not 43, and because 44 is an age,
Hmm.
where children are grown up,
Hmm.
then they're teens, and it's a time when actually a man is supposed to be on its peak because you start working at around
Hmm.
20,
Hmm.
you work till 65. So 40 is really a midlife kind
Hmm.
of thing in terms of a bike. So it was, yeah, there were a lot of apprehensions whether. So it started as a hobby,
Hmm.
and then I started spending more time on stand-up comedy, and uh, and I always know that this field is such like any other field like acting or something that
Hmm.
today you are popular, tomorrow you may not be popular, so it's a very cyclic rather than a very steady business.
Hmm.
So my biggest concerns were coming out from a steady job,
Hmm.
CEO of a IT company, into a job where it would be basically depending upon whether you have a show this night or you
Hmm.
don't have a show.
Hmm. But isn't it ironical because considering the fact that you were a CEO of the company and then
Yeah.
you took up stand-up comedy, but the thing which gave you initial recognition was a show called you won that award, CEO's Got
Yeah,
Talent. So
CEO's Got
isn't it
Talent.
ironical that ways?
Yeah, actually, it is ironical in the sense that CEO's Got Talent was a good
Hmm.
platform
Hmm.
where it was the first time happening.
Hmm.
So people who don't know, just like how we got India's Got Talent, America's Got Talent,
Hmm.
CNBC, I think,
Hmm.
organized this thing called CEO's Got Talent, and by Fremantle,
Hmm.
and you pitted against 12 CEOs. We
Hmm.
had proper judges like Ravina Tandon, Mahesh Bhatt,
Hmm.
Mr. I think. Forget his name. Colors TV CEO, forget his name.
Raj Nayak, Mr.
Raj
Raj
Naik,
Nayak,
Mr.
yeah.
Raj Naik was there, and so it was like a proper. So first time you're you got scared of the stage, but anyway, I think it did well, and I
Hmm.
won that award, and
Hmm.
that really in a way helped me, gave me a little bit more confidence,
Hmm.
and people started noticing me,
Hmm.
and but it's finally you're good as that
Hmm.
as the last show.
Hmm.
You have to keep on inventing, keep on writing, keep on coming up with new content.
Hmm.
That's for every stand-up comedian.
So, like you said, you started at a point of time when you're expected to be at the peak of your career. Your children are all grown up.
Yeah,
So, it is normally an age where people start planning for their retirement.
absolutely.
Yeah. So, you took up stand-up comedy. How did your family take it? How supportive were they of it?
So honestly, my family was very supportive. My wife was very supportive,
Hmm.
and my children were very supportive. My children used to think it's damn cool. Dad has become a stand-up comic or trying to, first initially I didn't tell them. I said, they'll बोलेगा कि बाप बूढ़ा है, सठिया गया है, इस उम्र में जाके stage पे stand-up comedy कर रहा है.
Hmm.
But slowly, steadily, when I started doing slightly well,
Hmm.
and people started noticing me, and that's when their friends used to come, hey, is that your dad on stage? They used to message.
Hmm.
They saying, yeah, actually, he does stand up comedy. We don't know,
Yeah.
So I got a lot of support from my family. So I stay with my parents,
Hmm.
and so my parents also
Hmm.
were initially little apprehensive because from steady job going to again like a Bollywood, like a
Hmm.
glamour line
Hmm.
where your shows are in the night.
Hmm.
It's a glamour line
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
way.
yeah.
It's a stage.
Hmm.
So my dad was a little apprehensive,
Hmm.
and I remember once he telling my wife कि इस पे तेरा ध्यान रखना, रोज रात को बाहर जा रहा है, and but I think this thanks to the support is well, because I always acknowledge it. My wife gave me great because that was also a time when your children are in your 10th standard, 11th standard, their careers are sort of admissions and things like that, and my wife took great help, said that you concentrate on this, and I will sort of help you in this, because normally parenthood is something which you should do together, so it's not that मैं पूरा वो छोड़ दिया, but it was
Yeah.
managing both, and also I got a lot of help from my office. That is very important, because I have to go for shows sometimes, so office has to run without me, and so I got a lot of support both from family as well as my family and office also.
Okay. You're going to perform today for Comedy for a Cause. It has been
Yes.
organized by Nagpur Round Table 83 over here.
Correct.
comedy has become such a huge platform that even something as serious as charity is being associated with it. I mean, comedy is being used for helping people.
Absolutely.
6 years it has been for you since you took up stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
What do you think about this initiative by Nagpur Round Table, and how do you feel that you're finally able to give back to the society with this?
I think it's a great initiative. I've done such similar initiatives earlier in other cities also, and it's glad that Nagpur Round Table 83 is doing this, because today people are living very stressful life. A stressful life starts early in the morning. As soon as you wake up, your life starts. You watch TV, your life stress starts in the morning when you're having breakfast, then your work, and also people. I think people want to laugh. And people ask me, do people in India have a sense of humor? Yes, sure, we have a good sense of humor. It has to be tapped, and then finally channelizing that comedy for a cause in giving back to the society. I think that's that's an initiative, and thanks to Round Table across, because wherever I've done a lot of shows for Round Table, and always it has been for charity, and I think it's a great initiative. People come, they pay, they laugh, and that money goes into society.
And so do you feel fortunate that you're finally able to give back to the society by the way of your...
Definitely. I feel very, very happy. I have done shows where later on, after a year, the organization has sent me photographs of the school which they constructed. Some Rotary show I did, so Round Table which I did. They send me photographs, and it in a way, because these are very, very transparent organizations, and the money goes straight. They don't keep any funds for any other cost. It's just the cost less this. Everything goes straight into charity. Because as you know, most of the Round Table is found by businessmen.
Yeah.
And so it's a good initiative by them to help society.
Your pseudonym is Horny Sindhi. So,
Yes.
how did you come up with that?
So it was just, I had this funny thing. I always.
And is Atul Khatri, the Horny Sindhi in real life as well?
I think first of all Sindhis are horny. I would say rather, I would go at once and say that all Indians are horny. And we are 1.3 billion people, so we are definitely horny. And I just took that thing because it's a catchy phrase, and Sindhi, because I am very proud to be Sindhi, so Horny and Sindhi too, sort of one fun element and one serious element came together, and this acronym sort of came about. Yeah.
So you said that your wife has been really supportive.
Yes.
She took the guard at home
Yes.
while your children were growing up. But while you're on social media, your wife is often at the end of receiving end of your joke.
Forget social media. Even my on stand up, what you'll see today, she's a butt of a lot of my jokes, and my wife's very clear. क्या आप पैसे लेके आओ, कुछ भी करके मेरे नाम पे पैसे लेके आओ बस.
So she's all chilled out in that.
She's absolutely chilled out in that, and finally at the end of it, we have to all remember it's comedy, it's jokes. It is, and I'm taking this to a very larger extent, and nowadays people get very offensive. They feel very sensitive about, "Arey, isne mera mazak udaya, mera mazak." Just chill, yaar. It's comedy. We've come here to have fun.
There have been instances where stand-up comedians had to face a lot of flack for their jokes, and recently quite a few Gujaratis they took offense when you cracked a joke on them on social media recently.
Yeah.
You posted a video and you wrote that they're destroying your view. So how do you deal with situations like this when people take offense?
See, I tell you, people today it's just become a state, because everybody has a smartphone. You have in your hand, I have a smartphone. It's a tool for expressing your opinion. It has become that. And people get up in the morning and say, "Yaar, somehow offend me." यार मुझे offend करो, कुछ तो करो आप. And so people can take offense at everything. You say anything, people will take. If you say that today is a lovely sunny day, somebody will say, "Where is it sunny? It is cloudy." How dare you say it's sunny? So it has become, you can say anything and people will still somehow find a loop to it. I just tell people, just relax, chill. We are comedians, we are not politicians. Politicians make more damaging statements and people take them seriously. Take comedians more seriously. In fact, we are here for fun. There's no really malice towards anybody. We are not politically inclined. We are not, none of us, most of us are very religiously inclined or things like that. So we are cool people, and you come to watch a comedy show, you follow a comedian on Facebook or a Twitter. There's going to be some fun element to it. Yeah, you don't take everything seriously. Everybody takes it very personally. That's a very sad part of it. But it's okay. They have an opinion. I have an opinion. Yeah.
So has your comedy ever got you in trouble? In any sort of trouble?
No. My comedy is very much. I don't write
Mm.
The way a comedian writes is, I don't write to create trouble,
Mm.
but people do sometimes get offended. अच्छा आपने इसमें मजाक उड़ाया, आपने ऐसे
Mm.
किया, आपने ऐसे किया, वैसे किया,
Mm.
like if you tell कि आज रास्ते पे कचरा है,
Mm.
okay, now कचरा है,
Mm.
तो समझ से आप हमारा नाम, देश का नाम खराब कर रहे हो, because अरे यार तो है ना कचरा, तो जाके साफ कर फिर तो you are so sensitive, जाके तू साफ कर कचरा.
So there are a lot of things that you joke about, you speak about.
Yeah.
There's Bollywood, there's politics. Most of all, there's current affairs.
Correct.
And so is that any area that you particularly stay away from, and you're like, okay, I don't want to go over there?
No. See, what happens is that as a comedian and as a writer, I tell a lot of these things that you have to be smart enough. एक पुराना कहावत होता था क्या, सांप भी मरा लेकिन लाठी बन जा टूटी. You kill the snake but still without damaging the stick. So it's like that, you convey your message. So your writing has to be so good or so smart that you convey your point, but still you are your people are wondering, actually, did he really make fun or did he make this? Yeah. So I think that I enjoy a lot, where you can say your point without really hurting directly somebody. Yeah.
So you became a part of East India comedy very quickly when you started it, or I think I just read somewhere, or a period of just 10 minutes over a day.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
So and East India Company is perceived to be one
East
of
India
the
comedy.
East India
Comedy
Comedy
was
is
the अंग्रेजी का नाम है.
East India Comedy is perceived to be one of the busiest comedy groups in India.
We are.
So and apart from you, there are 6 other comedians as well on the show. So when you guys prepare for a show together, there are 7 people. So there are, it's very normal that you'll have differences of opinions. So how do you resolve those differences of opinions in East India comedy?
So first of all, like recently we did we toured a show across India, across the world. Like we took it to Singapore, Dubai also. We did a show called EIC All Stars, which happened around 6 months back. So all 7 of us were on stage, and we all realized we are all equals. So there's nobody who got more stage time, and also we actually if you really count the number of minutes everybody is on stage, is absolutely equal. And difference of opinion has to be there, because that's where the fun is. I may have an opinion, somebody may have an opposing opinion, but we discuss it out. And finally, when we are 7 of us, it's like a majority. If I say, hey, can I say this joke, and if 5 people say no, this is offensive, or this is taking it too far, then I will have to drop it, because finally it's a company, East India Comedy we're working for. It's not my personal opinion, kind of thing. So that's how it is, and it's a fairly democratic process in terms of majority wins kind of thing.
So I think you must be the most elder of the lot of. So how do they address you?
White hair and all that, huh?
I mean, so they must have a lot of respect for you, I guess.
I don't know. We have friends. Respect is there. Respect, even like Sahil is 24. I respect him equally as how he respects
But
me.
is it fun to be working with people
who
are a lot younger than you?
Of course, I love that. That's the best part of the job, where you work. Like today, I'm performing in Nagpur with Abhishek Upamanyu. He's in his early 20s, and they get fresh perspectives. Brilliant children who are kids. I would say not children, kids who are so smart and so observant.
And vice versa, I think you may be able to give some kind of perspective which they may not be able to see.
It's a vice versa kind of a thing, where I have a longer timeline. Like I have children, sometimes these kids come, sir, you have kids who are teenagers. They are not even they don't have a girlfriend. You think you'll have a girlfriend, we'll get married, we'll have children, they have to get studied. Oh my God, we have to go through that. You have already been through that process. I said, you have been through that process.
So now we'll play a little rapid fire.
Sure.
Describe these fellow comedians in one word. Saurabh Pant.
Crazy.
Sapan Verma.
Good looking.
Sahil Shah.
Again crazy.
Azim Banatwala.
Quiet.
Angad Singh Ranyal.
Very verbose.
And Kunal Rao.
The accountant.
Okay, best gig you have ever performed?
A lot of gigs actually, but I think recently I did a show at which was very close to me. It was Shanmukhananda Auditorium in Bombay, which is one of the oldest auditoriums in India. It's like a prestigious auditorium in Bombay, and I did a show with 3 other comedians, Zakir, Biswa and Kanan. It was like 2,800 people, totally sold out. And it was when you're performing in an enclosed auditorium for 2,800 people, it's a very crazy kind of an energy which the audience relates to you. So that is an energy where you don't get sleep for one night. You're just thinking of their laughter which goes on in your head.
Any stand-up comedian you think whom we should really look out for?
There are a whole lot of new bunch like Abhishek, Upamanyu. There are a lot of new comedians coming. In Bombay we have these open mics
Yeah.
where anybody can go and perform in an open mic. Now you go to any open mic every time. At one time, 2 years back, there used to be that same lot of people going to every open mic. Now you go to open mic, there are so many new faces you see every day because people are interested in it. Kids are interested in it. A lot of women comedians are coming, and I want more and more women comedians to come in this line because we need to hear their voice also, their opinions also. Currently, there are just a few handful of them in India, and I'm sure it's a matter of time. You have to realize that stand-up comedy in India is just a 5-6 year old industry. In the US, it's been there for like 80 years. UK has been there for much more than that. It starts at their school level, at their college level. Here, it is not yet happening. So once it starts at that level, you'll see much more voices, great humor coming out of it.
Okay, what is the best piece of advice you have ever got?
Best piece of advice I ever got was that whatever stage time you get, you must do it. Initially this is the advice I got कि wherever you get an opportunity, किसके मुंडन पे, किसके चौथे पे, किसके शादी पे, जहाँ भी तुमको opportunity मिले जाके perform करो. And I used to go and do that. I performed in people's houses. I performed everywhere. And that's how it should be. That fear should. I don't think I'll be able to do that now because now you reach a slightly comfort situation where you say, oh नहीं मुंडन पे नहीं करूँगा, लेकिन I want to still go and do in those mundans and and other ceremonies, and because you should never lose that kind of it should not, complacency should not set into you.
And in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
Yeah, I don't see myself 1 year also. I don't know how the line is changing so fast. I still want to do good job. I want to be well respected in the line. I want to be people should respect my work, should respect my professionalism, and I think I should just make people laugh. I think 10 years from now also.
How does it feel looking back? If you look back at your first ever show that you ever did, I mean, how does it 6 years? I mean, how does it feel now? I mean, if you look back.
If I look back, I think what shows I did also that time. That time I think I had, as I said in the last question also, I think I had more, which generally happens with any comedian. When you're new now, you are more dynamic in trying to do any new stuff and things like that. Nowadays, because there's a slightly reputation which precedes you, you're a little apprehensive about getting out of your comfort zone. So I think if I look back, I think the journey has been good, and I think going ahead also it's going to be fairly, because again, as I tell you, the line is very new. There are markets like Nagpur is probably, this is the third show in Nagpur or fourth comedy show. By I think once Round Table has only got.
There are open mics in Nagpur. Open mics.
But I'm talking about a big show. Yeah. So it's more and more people today. I'll tell you for a fact that today, when we are performing today, there'll be a lot of people watching stand-up comedy for the first time ever.
Yeah.
First time ever in their lives. And this is the art form which has been there in the world since last 100 years. So they watch on TV, they watch Kapil Sharma, which is not really stand-up, but yeah, it is in a way comedy. So I think and this Nagpur, it can also be in Nanded, or it can be in Kumarakam, or in Shillong. India is huge. We have 1.3 billion people here. And first let us satisfy our country, properly. With our humor.
You started at 44, and you're that classic example of a person, whom we can look up to and say, it's never too late to follow your dreams. So, what would be your advice to those people who feel that if they have crossed a certain age barrier and they would not want to go and pursue their dreams?
No, this is something which I'll tell you, I was very clear when I was in my 40s, that because I knew, as you rightly said, there's a time you start planning for your retirement. Kids have grown up, they're about to settle themselves in whatever streams they want to do, and it used to always bother me in the night that I don't want to die like this. We all have to die. I want to die like that. I want to one day sit back when I'm in my 70s and regret that I couldn't do this. अरे यार करता था. So that jump is very, very important. And whatever I feel, if you have a hobby, so if suppose you want to start a restaurant, and and you feel you're a good chef,
Hmm.
and वो अंदर जुनून है,
Hmm.
then there is nothing really which can
Hmm.
stop you,
Hmm.
as long as you're committed to it. It's a very hard work,
Hmm.
because initially I used to, for a very very long time I used to run both the IT business, and so I used to go to work
Hmm.
in my shirt, tie, pant,
Hmm.
jacket,
Hmm.
tie, and take jeans and t-shirt with my bag.
Hmm.
Office used to get over at 7 o'clock, 7:30. जब भी जैसे काम खत्म हो,
Hmm.
jeans, t-shirt in the bag, quickly go to the bathroom, change it, take a taxi, rush to a comedy club, and just reach on time and do a set for a 5 minute an open mic kind of a thing, So you have to put in that hard work. If you say that नहीं, I will do this, वो जब करूँगा तो फिर नहीं होगा यार, And all lines are competitive, and but I think if you have a thing, you should do it. You should not leave it, because by the time time is passing so fast. By the time you realize it, then it's becomes suddenly too late for you to pursue your dreams.
So we really hope that people follow your example and
Yes, I'm
pursue
sure.
their dreams.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was
Thank you,
pleasure
Amar.
having
Thank
you
so
on
much.
Dialogue
Thank
at
you so
Nation
much.
Next. Thank you so much.
Dialogue Nation, and thank you so much for calling me.